So I want to know, in this episode, why people play retro games. We're going to be asking lots of people here at the market, as well as talking to some of my friends like Riff.
Spicy time. So, retro games.
In the US. And first, what better place to start than some of the awesome people that I met at Nottingham Video Game Market. Side note, go watch the episode after.
It's got to be the nostalgia, really. Just revisiting your childhood, isn't it? You know, and somehow when you're younger, it's a lot more special. I suppose it's a bit like Christmas. It's more special when you're a kid. So whenever I play retro games, I'm kind of taken straight back, you know, and it's that feeling of being able to revisit your childhood. So, great fun.
I think as you get older, I think you start realising that a lot of stuff that was simple, like playing video games, brought happiness as much as way. Don't get me wrong, I think we've got it good in this country, but I think like video games take you to another world, and I just don't think you can beat it sometimes. That's pretty much how it is, really.
Well, I've been in the retro community for at least 15 years now, and I absolutely love it. I've got loads of consoles. I've got like Amigas, I've got Mega Drives, Spectrums. I just love the characteristics at games, the difficulties, the different kinds of genres you can get, what you can't get anymore. I've just fell in love with it, and I fell in that rabbit hole what I can't get out now. So I absolutely love it. And anybody else who was in community, they're always like amazing people. So yeah.
Purely because modern games seem to have lost their edge. I don't know if it's just the same with me or as it is with you, but PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, they just seem to be rehashing old games. So you're getting remasters. Silent Hill 2 is being remastered. Don't get me wrong, fantastic game. But why are they just rehashing old games? Come up with something new and innovative, something that isn't a Fortnite clone, isn't a PUBG clone, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that's why I play retro games. There's a lot more value to them. You can sit down and you can play from A straight the way through to B and enjoy every second of it. So yeah, that's why I love them.
I've been playing retro games probably most of my life. Started with like Commodore 64, and obviously onto the SNES, and then took probably a bit of a gap, with relationships and things, and then obviously picked it back on your PlayStation, then 64. Back then I sold everything, as everyone does, and it just lockdown come like everyone else. Just started collecting again. Still bought the new consoles. Always had a PlayStation 4 and Xbox, and then just went back and started collecting again and enjoyed it. And then just a thrill of locally good car boot sales and finding them games, and then gem of the games, you're thinking yes, and then what's a £1, and behind you there's somebody, the resellers, that they're going to buy that game and resell it and make a profit, and just a thrill of getting there before, getting your hands into the box and pulling out the game and going, they're mine, and they're going on my shelves and I'm able to play them. That's the reason why I come to these places. I go to Doncaster and these sort of places and collect video games.
So why do you like playing retro games?
I lament the ability of being able to buy a game, have a manual in the box, the game is there, it's all there, it's quick to load because they're all cartridges, you're not waiting for any updates or DLC. There's a joy to it, and they just it's something that you just have a buzz, it's like a fever. You just got to enjoy it, and that's what it is, and I think that's what I love about retro games. That's why I want to sort of pass on this legacy of mine. I've had my fun with it, let somebody else enjoy it, let someone else collect for it. So that's why I love it. There's that feeling that you get of joy. There's no way I can describe it. There's no words for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, amazing.
But that's it, yeah.
You're amazing, dude.
I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video.
So now we're heading stateside, and I reached out to some of my friends that I've known for a long time, like Riff at Pixel Game Squad, and finally got to meet down at Siege, as well as Game Raymer, a ton of awesome, cool people. I will link everybody's channel in the description, but I asked the same question: why do you play retro games still?
Spicy time. So, retro games. Yes, nostalgia. Yes, the past. I have a feeling a lot of people will say that stuff, which is all valid and true. But I'm gonna say they're just better games. A lot of the new stuff is great, don't get me wrong. PS5, Xbox, some great titles have come out in the last few decades. But I think tried and true, when things stand the test of time and future people can go back and look back and go, yeah, that stood, it's still great. That's when you can determine greatness. I think we hit our stride. Those are the best there was. Retro, not just nostalgia, not just the warm fuzzies, better games.
Hello everyone. The question has been asked, why do I choose retro games, retro gaming? And it's easy. It's easy. All my older systems, I literally can just come in here, put in any of my cartridges or discs from back in the day, turn the system on, no updates. Nothing. I don't have to wait for anything. No DLC, none of that nonsense. I can just turn on one of these older systems, fire up my game, and just start gaming. That's it. I mean, and that's all I want to do. Time is short. Game as much as you can, and don't waste your time on updates. Hey everyone, thanks for watching.
I still play retro video games because it keeps me young. That's the way I look at it. I mean, some people get Juvederm, or they get a hair transplant, or they get a Botox or something like that to make themselves look and feel young. For me, just playing retro video games brings me back to that time. I'm good.
I don't play retro games. It's all an act. What? This is actually a big topic of what I've been exploring on my channel, which is the emotional pull that playing games from our past has on us in the present. Take Goonies 2 here on the original NES. This is my childhood copy. Whenever I play this game, I'm transported right back to being that kid who loved playing his Nintendo Entertainment System. Without that history with these games, I don't know that I would be as interested in playing them. Yes, they're still a lot of fun, but that's probably the main reason why I play retro games. Thanks for asking. And what about you, Gebs?
Alright, Ines, why I play retro games. Let's start with nowadays, games need updates. Sometimes the games come out and they're not finished. Also, they suck. So, yeah, other thing, retro games, it brings me back to the old days when I was a kid. There's a lot of retro games that I didn't play it back then, or I didn't finish it. So that's a good excuse to go back and play those games. And also the sound and the graphics, those sexy 8-bits, 16 bits, even 32 bits. Oh my God, I want to play now.
We love playing retro games because it's kind of a throwback to when we were kids and actually grew up with those games. Mm-hmm. And it was our reward for getting finished with our homework or our chores.
Of course, now it's getting home from the 9 to 5, running errands, setting doctor's appointments, cooking dinner. Modern games are great and all, but retro games have straightforward, simple, classic game controls.
I can't figure out which way to get the monkeys to face. So we have to give a big thank you to retro video games for allowing us to relive our childhood after we were done with our work.
And thank you, Gemma, for having us on.
What's up, everybody? Retro Wolf here. Why do I love retro games? I love retro games because I think the older we get, the more important it is for us to stay in touch with our childhood, our inner child, our inner teenager, whatever you want to say, whatever term you want to use. I like to stay in touch with all the things that I grew up with, all the things that brought me joy when I was a kid and a teenager, all the things that are tied to so many amazing memories, and also be able to explore even more that I didn't get to experience in those younger years. And that is why I love retro games.
Which leaves boring old me. If you're still here, it means you need to leave a like on the video, and you also need to tell us exactly why you play. But for me, there are two primary reasons. One, nostalgia. It is a powerful tool. It is something that drives me and is with me every single day. All of my posts on social media are all there because I can tap into that nostalgic, funny memory or just make somebody else laugh. And I love that we can all enjoy nostalgia together. I get memories of like playing certain video games with my friends, Gareth, Damien, Matt, all of them, down to my brother as well, Scott. I just love the nostalgia and the memories, and I miss the 90s dearly. So for me, it is a way to keep my foot back in the 90s and the 80s. But then there's another reason as well. I haven't played every game, and it's also about finding retro games that perhaps I couldn't afford or were not accessible to me, such as the likes of back in the day, Super Mario RPG was an American exclusive. We didn't have it, and obviously being an adult, I can enjoy it on the Super Nintendo and again on the Nintendo Switch as well. So it's having that retro experience and being able to enjoy it with a brand new one here in 2024, soon to be 2025. So I hope you've enjoyed this really nice episode. I look forward to reading your comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers, guys.